Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And welcome to vlog day 11. If you're new to the series, new to the channel, these vlog days are to show my progress with the Sketchbook Slam Challenge and Inktober. If you want to, hit that subscribe button. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, so come join the AB art crew, AB creative crew, and stick around for more sketchy content. With that out of the way, let's get on with the tour. So, as per usual with these sketchbook tours, I am following the Lana J prompts. On this day, it was Bat and Matthias as the flower, and these bats were drawn without reference. So you can see the huge improvement because these bats were drawn with references. And I got so mad at the original page that I just took a bunch of ink and I blacked it out like a bad party night. Gone super wrong. And at first I drew this doodle to say, I'm so mad that I didn't use references, and then this. So now I'm so glad that I used references. This is Plant Plagues prompts, another Instagrammer, and Plant Plague has 3 different prompt lists. There's the Forest prompt list, the Inktober, and then there's Cryptids. And I just felt like day 11's prompts all worked together. It was Graceful, Mermaid, and Mouth Trauma. So I had this mermaid who got a hook in her mouth because of some nasty fisherman. And I started with this. So it was very nicely detailed and very big, whereas these were more like filler, I guess. This was the piece I made as a finalized piece for the Lana J prompt, and I really like how it came out. Like the bat looks super cute and very nicely textured. Just so happy with that. Drawn faces. I was so bat crazy that I drew a little vampy character, and I think she came out super cute. She is based off of the vampire character that I drew yesterday, well, technically the other day, in the last Sketchbook Slam vlog update. A page full of bottles. I don't know, I was just really into drawing bottles last night. It was a lot of fun. I was listening to Cats the musical. Drawing some herbs. This is fun. Again, listening to Cats the musical. There will be a couple of pages where I work on like environments, and this was a living room scene. And I actually started off with drawing the couch. And I think it came out pretty good. I'm actually really happy with this page. A sort of makeshift diner. I'm not quite as pleased with this page, but for what I was sort of working with and trying to do, I think it came out pretty well. I decided to do some horse studies, and some of these are just me reworking the same drawing over and over again. Because when I first drew it, I started with the butt, and I shouldn't have, because then I made it too big and nowhere to put the head. And I think the torso should have been longer, so I reworked particular parts over and over again on one page, and you'll see this in the next kind of couple of pages. This horse almost seems kind of menacing, because I got very stylized with its face. It was just standing in a weird way. So I started with this one. This was the corrections a bit, and the face. And then I drew myself a zebra. I drew a zebra. It's really nice. I also drew myself a little donkey, and this donkey was so cute. Just Such a cute little donkey. Ah, cute. Oh, what happened here? This was for the prompt run, for the official Inktober prompt. And I didn't have a photo to actually go by. I was actually looking at the side profile of a greyhound running sequence, and I used that as a sort of reference for where I think the paws would be placed if a dog was running, and I think it came out pretty great. I think thus far, out of all my Inktober prompts, this is my favorite, and that's that. Some mannequin bodies with little joints and stuff. I was just kind of bored. This was a brain dump page. If you've watched some of my other Sketchbook Slam videos, you'll know that I enjoy doing these crazy brain dumps. I should have known this was going to happen. I drew some curvy bodies. I like exploring curvy body types. And there's a dragon on this page, and you can see the color seep through because of the drawing behind this page, because I used isopropyl alcohol to blend out the Prismacolor pencil. I didn't expect it to bleed this much through the paper though, so I feel like I'll probably use a white gel pen to highlight certain bits or go over it with a brush marker. But yeah. And this is the last page. I recorded footage for this page today. This is Pixie Locks in her Slime Witch makeup. And I thought it was super cute, so I was really colored inspired to draw her. And I'm gonna start showing you guys the time-lapse video for this with another spooky story from my childhood. So let's get on with that. So this story, I don't remember how old I was. It's probably between the ages of 7 to 10. And this has to deal kind of around the same time, same place about the last story. Give some context. I used to live in an apartment complex, and we lived in the top front apartment, and we had this little walkway from the stairway to the parking area. And something that would happen pretty frequently, pretty often, is that every now and again I would see a little girl walking up and down this walkway. And I didn't think much of it. She was translucent, very pale, white, with, I'd like to think it was blonde ringlets. And all she would do is walk, like, up and down this walkway. And every now and again, the weird thing about her is that her torso area on her dress would sometimes have different amounts of blood on it. And I guess that's the only scary thing about her. But the spooky part comes in that one time, well, for about a week or so, I saw her walking up and down the walkway with what looked like a translucent version of our dog Sneakers walking beside her. And I thought that's really weird when I first saw it. I was like, I didn't understand why my mom's dog Sneakers, which by the way, he is a Pomeranian who did not like kids. He liked adults, but he didn't like kids. And I just thought it was weird. So some time passes from when I last seen the little girl and the apparition version of our dog Sneakers. And it was about a week or so after I had seen this. My grandmother, my sister, and I were getting ready to go out to go get groceries. And my grandmother is trying to lock Sneakers up, and my sister goes to open the door. I tell her, no, no, don't open the door. And she does, and Sneakers runs out. And I chase after him, I try to catch him, but sadly, he is run over and dies. And I was like, really sad. And then within that week, I continue to see the dog apparition version of Sneakers walking with this little girl. And part of me was really creeped out because I thought, was she telling me that Sneakers was gonna die? And that kind of messed with me for a while. And I only saw him walk with her for a week and then he was gone. So I personally kind of took that as the dog moved on. So take it as sad, take it as scary. It was really creepy when it happened. Seeing the dog with her before he died and then seeing the dog with her after he died was kind of a creepy thing. And I mean, again, I didn't feel any bad intentions from this little ghost girl. I just thought it was a weird coincidence or happenstance. And I guess that's about it for that story with the little ghost girl who possibly was telling me my mom's dog was gonna die. If you'd like to stay for more sketchy content and spooky stories, hang around and make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you.